Hey everybody. Today I'm going to talk about this Squier Debut Stratocaster. I know the title of the video is not another demo because it's not going to be a demo. There are a lot of demos out there. I watched quite a few of them before I bought this one. Sean from Scar My Guitar, Taylor Danley, Steve Starlacki, John Nathan Cordy, No Fear Guitar, and Ryan from 60 Cycle Hum, and Guitar Geek and Landon Bailey all did videos, as well as a lot of other folks. Those are just channels that I watch pretty regularly. So if you watch any of their videos, they kind of break the guitar down and go over it in a little more detail in terms of the specifications and so on. So I'm not going to do that other than to talk about the weight of this one is only 6.8 pounds. I don't know what the other ones weighed. It's got an ultra thin body on it, which is really cool. I have this, can you see? Yeah. This one back here has a little bit thinner custom body on it. It's probably my all-time favorite Stratocaster and one of my all-time favorite guitars. And so I was kind of interested to see if I would like something like this. And I think I'll probably echo the same sentiments of the people that have already reviewed this guitar in saying that when I took it out of the box and put it in my hands, it feels really good. And there's something very tactile about getting a guitar that you like, and kind of on the same vein, I've picked up guitars that I didn't like, and were really difficult to deal with. So this is one that, I put it in my hands and it feels spectacular. So again, you can watch all the other videos and, kind of get all the specifications and all of the rest of what's there. What I wanted to talk about was this one in particular and the things about it that I like and don't like. And like I said, the feel of it, it just feels great. The neck is so nice. The weight is light. The thin body is very comfortable. The funny thing is, I took the strap off of one of my Telecasters. It's a Fender strap, and put it on here, and the thing was hanging really low. And I thought, why is that? I wonder if it's a different length than the strap that I have on my Strat. And sure enough, I took the strap off this Stratocaster and put it on here, and it was hanging differently. So that's something I've never noticed before is that the strap length can be different with different guitars, and that's probably because I have straps that are set up for, like, I have Strat straps, SG straps, acoustic straps, Les Paul straps, Telecaster straps, and they're all set up for the guitar that they go on. I just thought it was funny that I took that strap off that Telecaster and the thing was hanging, way low. It reminded me of that rock and roll movie, Spinal Tap, from years ago, where guys are, rockers are, their guitars are sitting really low. I don't play like that. It's really hard for me to play unless the guitar is fairly close. So anyways, I am going to do a sound sample of this guitar later. I have to dial it in a little bit before I do that. It's still got the hang tags on it. It came with the tremolo arm and the adjusting tools and a little Fender starter thing where you scan it and it gets you some free lessons and a free scanning app. I scanned it because I thought I was getting a free tuner, and Ted Woodford, who has a great channel, uses this Korg tuner. I actually saw it on his channel, and I went online and found a used one because I don't know if they make this model anymore, but it's so nice. I really don't need another tuner. I have a couple of these Snark tuners that I have laying around in case I just, grab the guitar, go, somewhere to play. I don't take my Korg with me. I just grab one of those Snarks, but they're not nearly as accurate, so I don't use them that often. But so getting an app to go on my phone, I think I actually had the Fender Tuner app on my phone at one time, and it was pretty good. I had Guitar Tuna, which I actually liked better, but I don't know what happened to that. I don't know if I had a problem with it or what the deal was, but oh, I know what it was. It wouldn't check intonation, and I think that was the reason that I bought this chord tuner. Was it's, it'll check the note anywhere you want to check it, and intonation was critical for me, and the snarks are not very good for intonation either, so that was why I bought that tuner. So I really didn't need the tuner app from Fender. I'm sure it's a nice addition for somebody who doesn't have an app already, and the free lessons are, free lessons for 30 days, and if you're kind of I wouldn't say if you're a beginning guitar player that you would get a lot out of it in 30 days, because I think that's a short period of time for a beginner. But if you're an intermediate player and you wanted to, go to kind of the next level, probably those Fender guitar apps are the lessons apps are pretty good. I actually looked at them a few years back and I thought they were well done. One of the things that I'll probably do when I do the sound sample of this is do a song that I actually sing to. And it's hard for me to play electric guitar and sing because I always sung and played acoustic guitar, or if I was in a band, I was playing rhythm electric guitar, but there was a lot of noise and it kind of hides your deficiencies as an electric guitar player. So I've really never gotten great at playing electric guitar and singing. So that's something I want to work on. My friend John Robson, who has a YouTube channel out of the UK, wrote a great book called, what is it called? Practical Music Theory for the Rock Guitarist. And I have a hard time with music theory. I have some kind of brain thing where it just doesn't connect with me. I took 5 or 6 years of music theory with my mom when she was a piano and voice coach as a kid, and my eyes would just glaze over. It's kind of like math. The funny thing was I was a financial analyst, and I can run spreadsheets all day and I can estimate things. I was an estimator in the construction business, but I can't do geometry or trigonometry easily. And I've applied myself pretty hard at it, and it becomes very difficult for me, maybe almost like dyslexia, only on a numbers level. So music theory had the same effect on me. It was really difficult for me to grasp, and same with reading music. So those are not things I would probably use, I think, but I think I'm rare. I think if you picked up John's book, you might get some value out of it. He just also created another book that I'm real interested in called The Blues Guitar Bible. And it's probably more tab oriented, and it's got backing tracks that come with the book. That's something that I plan to check out for sure. So that's kind of where I am. So anyways, I'm going to do a little bit more singing hopefully with electric guitar. This guitar was $119 on Amazon. I had some credits, and I had a credit card, some credits on a credit card. So combined with everything, this guitar was less than $100. Brand new. I've had a couple of other Squiers, only a few. I've really not had a lot of Squiers. I had a Squier Bullet Telecaster, the surf green with rosewood neck or whatever, Indian laurel. I love that guitar, and I was sorry to get rid of it, but like everything else, I can't have 100 of everything, so that guitar was just really nice. This guitar, let me talk about the things I really like, in addition to the fact that it just, from a tactile standpoint, feels really good. The neck and the fretwork are just amazing. I have a lot of high-end guitars, and kind of on that note with the high-end guitars, because a buddy of mine asked me not too long ago, he goes, why do you buy these cheap guitars? Why don't you buy high-end guitars? Well, I have high-end guitars. I like all guitars, I went to a thrift store the other day and I saw a little kid guitar for like 15 bucks, and I was going to buy it and bring it home and string it up just for the heck of it. To me, I'm real curious in nature, and so to me, a lot of this stuff is just a curiosity and it's fun, and you know, it is what it is. It's there's no relationship between price and what I like or what I don't like, and that's true in the rest of my life. You know, I have a 2022 F-150 that I hate, and I have a 2005 F-150 that's in the shop right now. I'm going to pick it up tomorrow, and I love that truck. And there's nothing special about it. It's the plain Jane, most basic truck they make. I just happen to like it, you know. So it is what it is. If I look on the wall behind me and on the floor here, these are some of the least expensive guitars I own, and the reason they're out and not in the closet in cases is because they're the ones I play and they're the ones I like. That Flying V, you know, it was damaged and I repaired it and put it back together, and I don't think I have more than $400 in it, and it is the finest guitar I have ever owned. I love it. I have more fun with that guitar than anything I've ever had. So anyways, let me talk specifically about this one and some of the, because a lot of the reviews I saw said different things, but most of them were fairly positive about a lot of the components of the guitar. And so this one had a couple problems. It came out of the box very well set up. I mean, I haven't measured the action, but it's as low as the ones that I set up myself that are exactly where I want them. I think that's astounding that they can do that, especially at this price. The intonation is pretty good. I haven't actually checked it, but I did a little, you know, harmonics thing with the intonation to see where it came out. It was pretty darn close. A couple things I don't like about this. A lot of people said the tuners were pretty good. These are not good tuners. These they're loose. Well, you can't see because I just poked a hole in my finger. You can't see because I got the strings on it. But when I played the guitar for about 3 minutes in the high E, the first string broke, and it broke in a weird spot. It didn't break on the bridge. It didn't break where the ball end is. It didn't break at the nut, and it didn't break where the tuner is. So I don't know if it's a defect or what. And I use Fender Super 250 strings. I've used them for, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, ever since I quit using Ernie Ball. And I'm sure these are Fender strings, but you know, that was kind of weird. I haven't broken strings for a long time. I used to break strings all the time and kind of changed my playing habits, and you know, so I don't break as many strings. So that was kind of a shock that I broke a string. So I had to string it back up, and while I was doing that, I realized this only has a single string tree. Both my American Strats have 2 string trees, and one of the older Strats I had only had 1, and then I know the Mexican Strats and the Squier Strats have 2 string trees. So I thought it's interesting. Not only does it only have 1, but it's got a real tall spacer underneath it, and I like that. That's how I would set up a guitar if I was setting it up myself. So I think that's pretty cool. The matte finish is really nice. Again, kind of that really nice tactile finish. It's not that, you know, super thick polyurethane or polyester plastic that they used to put on these Squiers. The downside for me is I have real caustic skin, oil, and perspiration, and it'll leave fingerprints. So I have no doubt that within a very short period of time, this thing's not going to look very good. The other thing I thought was interesting, and it's certainly not surprising, is that there's no insert in the truss rod hole. Even the Squier bullet tellies, the Mexican tellies, have a black plastic insert in the hole, which is to protect the wood from the Allen wrench when you stick it in there to make adjustments. And the American ones also have they have a walnut plug in them. So this is I think it's the first guitar I've ever owned that had nothing in the truss rod hole, which, I mean, you know, it really doesn't matter to me. It's just really kind of interesting, if nothing else. So it's crafted in China. It doesn't have Squier on the neck plate. When the string broke, the thing that was nice is sometimes I've had a bunch of Strats, especially this one here, the back plate and the bridge block don't line up very well. So I've had to either take a little tool to push the string back out the hole and get it out to do a string change. When I did this one the other day, it's perfectly lined up, string comes out, it's no problem. So those are kind of the highlights, you know, good and bad. The fretwork, again, amazing. And I love the frets that are on here. They're what are on most of my guitars. Kind of a standard medium jumbo. But the fret ends are beautiful. There's no, nothing's lifting. I checked them with a fret rocker. I mean, this is one of the best necks. It just baffles me how they can do something like this for this price. And obviously the pickups need adjustment. The tremolo is not set up the way I like it as a floater. The other guys that took it apart said the switch was cheap and the pots are cheap and they're relatively cheap ceramic pickups. One of the things I wanted to try out with this was I have another Strat that's probably my least expensive guitar. I think I have a total of $50 in parts in it. And it was just a bunch of stuff that I cobbled together with a body that was one of the first bodies I made when I first started making guitars, and it has a lot of problems. And it's got cheap single coils in it, and I think they came out of a Squier. I know I went through about 5 sets of pickups, you know, before the neck had a problem. The reason that I kind of relegated it to what it is now is because the neck was twisted. I can fix a bent neck, I can fix a neck that needs an adjustment, but fixing a twisted neck it's more than I wanted to do on that guitar, and the guitar wasn't worth putting another neck on. So it still plays, I still play it a lot. I do like the sound of those ceramic single coils. I was never a Alnico guy, and I was never a humbucker guy until the last couple of years, and now I have, most of the guitars that I have that I really like have nicer Alnico 2, 3, or 5 pickups in them. But this is just cheap single coils, and playing it the other day, I realized at a certain volume, through my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe amp, they get a sound that I really enjoy. And maybe it's because I played, you know, crappy pickups for so long that I kind of have gotten used to that. But I don't particularly mind them. I'm not going to do any upgrades to this. That's not why I bought this, was, you know, to upgrade it and make it special. It's just going to be a fun kick around guitar, and I'll just play it when I play it, and, you know, it is what it is. But anyways, like I said, kind of a short video. Just wanted to go over the personal experience I had with this, as opposed to doing a full-blown review like everybody else has. So anyways, that's it. Hope you all have a nice day, and I'll be posting a sound sample of it fairly soon.